again. Okay, well, having a little break. We'll go back and check in on the. I checked in it before I started the stream just now, and let me make sure everything still looks good on the stream before I give up on it. Check in on the. I checked in it before I started the stream just now, and actually not give up on it, but I'll close that web browser. You're not seeing it, but that's what I did. Okay, let's go back to. Yeah, there we go. Cam 2 on the monitor. Now we will switch over to the Red Black BioStar is what I call that machine. And yeah, those buttons just really don't want to do anything. You just keep clicking and clicking. It's still sitting there trying to respond. So I can't believe that. I guess I should. I should. Now hindsight's always 20/20, but I shouldn't have waited for. I just couldn't believe that wouldn't, come at maybe take a couple of minutes. But my gosh, I don't know how long it's been. I don't want to keep clicking on stuff. I don't even know really what state it's in, but the button, to allow you to click save has not showed up yet again, and still the hourglass. That is fine to save it into that downloads folder. Oddly enough, well, I guess it's still trying to open up that whole, and there is a lot of directories and files in there, and then in like Crusader it can be slow, but I guess in the virtual machine with Avast interface, and Windows Explorer is just a crappy file manager anyway. It is slow and it's crashy and everything else, especially in XP. Always was. But and this is part of it. This little window that opens up where you save things and open things. I'm going to go ahead and not responding. I went ahead and clicked where it's would be saying save. So, yeah, I'm screwed. It probably wasn't gonna come back. Let's see, Control Delete. Let's see if I can close that section. I mean, I can't continue. I can't try again without save as not responding. I'm gonna say end task, and we'll see if it'll go away. There's another save as. So it may have had two of them open. In some windows you have to double click, and some you single click is what you need to do. And if you double click, you get to the same thing going. And it does say save as twice, but I don't see, another window anywhere. Sometimes that just does that when if you happen to go into Task Manager in Windows or in Linux or whatever. But see, it's not responding to the end command right now. So I'll try the other one in now. Let's see if that'll end it. It might be to the point now that I would really have to reboot the XP virtual machine and open up Avast again to even try again. I guess. Well, when I get my headset, I want to do something. I want to do it, but there is a time when you got to decide whether to cut your losses and do something different. My laptop, the Dell 6000 over there doing that scan, it hasn't found any more, but it's running hard. Fan, you can running constantly, but it is not really hot, and it hasn't locked up or anything. It's still doing it, so I let it go. I mean, that would be a good scan. It'll get rid of most of what's bad on there, enough that I'd probably feel okay. It is not ending. I hate it when it does that. Let's see. You can't right-click and kill, can you, like you can in Linux? Nope. You can do end task. Oh, well, everything quit now. It didn't just kill the. I didn't do anything. It just did it while I was looking at it. But yeah, anyway, it's scanning away over there on that big old backup drive button on the Dell 6000 laptop. It's getting hot. It's been hot in here for a while now because I'm running that. The Red Black Battlestar, the one that's XP virtual machine, it makes a lot of heat and a lot of noise. It makes me aggravated. It irritates me just listening to it run. I see 2 Avast icons in there now. Oh, no, just one. So with it all whacked out, the only way I would try it again is to reboot the machine. Anyway, it's 78.1 degrees in here now, and I've been enjoying more in between 75 and 77 the last few days. I'm going to see if I can open up sometimes when you have to do that, Windows Explorer won't even work anymore until you reboot. It looks like it's okay. I wanted to see how much, okay, 3.13 gigabytes free space. So I could just save it to anywhere that it wants to on the C drive, the virtual C drive, and then copy it over to one of these drives once it's done, instead of trying to go through that menu. I will try that once. I have to reboot. I'll turn it off and then turn it back on. I won't reboot the whole machine. I don't think that would necessarily help. It would just make it, once the machine's first booting up, it's got all its processes it's finishing out. But definitely let it clean. Linux is good about when you close programs, it cleans out the memory. It doesn't all hang around in the memory. And if you've even got let's see, what does this have? I think it has a 512 megabyte dedicated video card. I never used to have hardly any trouble watching videos on this until the last couple of years, probably the last year before I got this other one. But I actually have more trouble watching YouTube videos on this one. Everything else is great, but I have more trouble watching videos on this. It's shut down. I'm going to close VirtualBox too. I did start having trouble more and more. I guess whatever they've done with it. Well, HTML5, when they switched to HTML5, it turned out, at first it seemed like it was going to be better. They said it was going to be better. It actually turned out to be more resource intensive than Flash, even as bad as, well, when Flash was working right now. When it wasn't working right, it would use 100% of, I guess, any machine I ever used it on. And it would just lock up your machine, and you'd have to hard shut it down, But this idea, well, I guess I was trying to be too optimistic, because this is what I don't ever remember being able to successfully do this in this virtual machine, or do much of anything in it. Oh, Lucky Backup is running now. Does it wait that long to run? It's been running for a couple of hours. That'll make it not, I guess I could kill it. It's not necessary really right at the moment. I haven't done any work on the machine that really needs saving. I think I will. Let's see. It usually gets to say it's already up to 94%, but that last few percents is what usually takes a while. I hate to stop it, but it doesn't really hurt. The only thing is, of course, you're not going to get the backups you would have otherwise got. But all that percentage must have been on a particular file. I thought it was on the overall. It is on the new version, I know that. Well, now it's back up to 95%. Can I get down to the bottom of that? Kind of hate to interrupt it, really. Oh, yeah, the tracker store. Oh, it's still paused. Okay. I'm not sure what it's backing up. Where is it? Tracker. I'm going to abort it because that'll just clean itself up next time. I mean, it'll just delete the old ones and, write the new ones next time automatically. Okay, now let's see. Is this going to work? So far, it's working okay. Oh, Avast is not up yet. So I'm going to wait for it to get up and showing good. Can't even open it when it's not showing yet. But I think I will go ahead and get out that other laptop. I have it out, but I mean, I'll get it, and I got to switch so that I can switch cameras and mics and stuff. I'm going to make this. I was just so intent on getting that done. That was my main focus. I'm going to make it my back burner. Okay, now I'm going to switch mics so that I can move around and still talk to you. And are we good? Yeah, looks like we're good. I think I will do one more check before I take off, so I can do it right here. Have to open all this up, but that's not too big of a deal. It's one good thing about having that laptop already running. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's see. If I go to YouTube, okay, then I got to go to on my other browser, the one that's messed up, my regular Firefox, I had links up in my bar there to go straight to stuff. And see in here, I should be, yeah, it'll play. Regular Firefox, and so everything is fine. Let's go ahead and bookmark. Oh no, not this particular video, but my regular YouTube channel. Put that in toolbar. I don't really need that one. Okay, now. Okay, I know I'm good. Put it back on the control interface. All right. Now I'm gonna have to go unplug that. Oh yeah, let's move this camera a little bit so that we can see that area where I'm going to be doing this. Whoa. And I could zoom it out. I think I will. Should have left that browser open. It's not really going to be so great if it's zoomed in there and it's just a blurry. That's the thing about the zooming in. These cameras are not that, high resolution. So now I'll leave it like that because that'll let you see what the heck I'm doing there. And that was my point. Okay, but I have to move this. This is the laptop I'm going to hook up. Oh, it has to be hooked up to the VGA to get video because its screen is broken. So it'll have to sit here on the white tray because it wouldn't, well, it will reach to that table just barely, like right to there, but that's the way I want to do it anyway. That's the way I decided I would do it. And so that's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to figure out where to put that. Okay, bring this table back. See, I already had that setting out there on the edge so that I could move this, and then I decided to wait. Okay, now I have the Ethernet cable that has the power is routed a different direction than I thought. It's taped to that board on purpose to oh, it is longer than that though. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna have to go that way. Yeah, I think that'll work. What's that? Oh, that's the USB. Oh yeah, I had planned when I moved that I was going to unplug that USB. You know what? Maybe I'm thinking the wrong way now. Where's that? Oh, that VGA is on the left side. It would never reach. Okay, so I have to do it that way. All right, now that can stay there. That's fine. Got enough slack in the USB, just enough. Okay, well I can move the table a little more so that it's sitting. I didn't really want it sitting, hanging half off the table. Those drop leaves, they don't, they lean no matter what. Yeah, I don't want that being in a bind. Okay, I just got to remember not to roll that table. And I don't like things being in that kind of situation. See, the idea was that I was going to have that USB plugged into the other laptop up here, but I'm not going to do that right now I'm going to go ahead and boot it up to Fedora 27 live. Let that keep running on that virus scan. Boot it up to Fedora 27 live and let it can't say my words. Now this can just set like that. That's going to be in the way. There we go. Get my magnifying glass so that I can see if everything. These pins have been bent so many times. Okay. I think this thing only has 2 USBs on it. Yeah. That's pretty sucky. The newer the laptop, the less options it's got, I guess, unless you paid a fortune for it. So, it's only got 2 USBs. It does have Ethernet and a modem, looks like. So I want the Ethernet plugged in. It should stay plugged in as long as I don't move it around. This is one with the broken clip. There. And this is broken. This, yeah, that'll lean up against there. See, that was one reason why I wanted it. Another reason why I wanted it on this tray. And I'm going to have to use my wireless. So in order to have a mouse on this one, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to have a mouse and a keyboard. So this one, I will plug in. I'll just go ahead and unplug the wireless. One good thing about USB, you can do that. Oh, wait. This one only has 2 USBs. One of them's got, oh, it'll be on my KVM switch, so I don't have to do that. Right, put that back. I was thinking I was going to have to plug in the, hung up on my mic cable. I was thinking I was going to have to plug in the wireless keyboard and mouse to it, but no, I'll leave it on the Dell 6000. Okay, good. Now, I still have one more USB to use, so that one I will use to, should have already plugged in the power. There we go. Just put it back here to get it out of the way. Okay. Well, I was setting it down on the table, but I can't. The broken monitor. I'll have to set it like that, I guess. It's leaning on my phone. I guess I'll just unplug the phone. Okay, now. Yeah, that's about it. I'm going to end up needing some of those nuts. And a chocolate bar. Not a chocolate bar, chocolate nugget. I don't dare eat more than that much at a time since I've got diabetes, but that does do okay. That and a few nuts is a pretty good little pick-me-up to keep me going, so I don't have to stop and eat a meal until I really, you know, if I wait too long, of course I'm going to get bad, but that'll give me another hour or two. Okay, now I want the Fedora 27 live USB. And I've had it on like that before and it runs great. I don't remember if it's loud or anything. It's an Acer Extensia. I got it, my friend found that, and that Dell 1525 in a box at his laundromat in his apartments one time years ago. And he's not into computer. He don't know how to use computers, period, really. And so he brought it to me, said, "If you want these?" And I said, "Well, yeah, not, you know, yeah, I'll see what I can do with them." And they both, you know, this one had, one of them had a bad hard drive. I don't remember which one. They both were full of viruses. This one had Vista, I think, and the other one had 7 on it, or the other way around. Anyway, I figured out there's all from the files in there belonged to a student that went to, he lives in Denton, went to the Denton College, and he had a server on there. Who's learning how to build servers. I'm going to turn it on now. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. There we go. Now we should see it and control it with my regular mouse and keyboard. Okay, and see, nothing is coming up. Let's go ahead and pause that for a minute. Let's see if I can make that center. Sometimes if you just turn off the monitor and turn it back on, it'll be all right. Sometimes you have to. It tried, but it didn't work. Well, let's boot it up first and then see. I'm going to boot it to Fedora 27. It should be all right after. But see, that screen's completely black. I thought there was a little bit of something that would show on it, but there's nothing on there. Could be the way Fedora 27 works that it might does that. But anyway, I've done this with a couple of different laptops now. Oh, now there's a little something showing over there. So I don't know if you can tell how it's all white and black, and then there's some. You can read some text over there. So. It's a broken screen. I accidentally broke another one, an IBM that somebody else, Jeff gave me, trying to do something to it. I was taking the bezel off, then I broke it. And it isn't. It's a dual screen instead of mirrored. Now hopefully I can see just enough. Where's that mouse? It's right here. There. I can see just enough to tell it. I don't know if I can. I wonder if I could go into the BIOS and tell it. I'm going to try going into the BIOS and telling it that the... I don't know, I'm guessing that where the reboot is. That was it. Okay. I'll barely see a little bit on there, or else I'd be completely stuck. I'm going to try to get into BIOS and see if I can tell it that the VGA is the main monitor. I think maybe on some laptops you can do that. Oh, that was fast. I don't think I got it. I sure didn't. Okay, let me. Well, let's say I was going to switch mics, but let's just. Let me hit Control-Alt-Delete. Let's see, I don't know if it's delete, F1. I saw it said F12, but that's the boot menu, so, and it's already booting to the USB. Maybe F1 was it. It seems like it did something. No. It goes so fast I can't see what it's doing. Okay, it's either F2 or... I'll hit F2 and delete. It wasn't F1. I may be going in and out of it. I saw... There we go, BIOS. You're really going to have to adjust for me to use you. There, thank you. That's all I wanted. Okay, 2 gigahertz, Intel Pentium R, dual cores, T3200, 2 gigahertz. What? HDD. Well, I guess I've left the hard drive in it even though it's broke. It has a hard drive in it. Western Digital. Maybe I thought I could fix it one day. It does show up. I wonder if it could be... I think it makes noise and stuff. I think it will show up, but I think it's actually physically messed up. It's an Extensia 4630Z Acer. Okay, what do I want? Quick boot enabled. Well, that's fine. Network boot enabled. Oh, I left that on there in case I wanted to use it. Well, it hasn't been slowing it down. F12 enabled. D2D recovery enabled. I don't know what that is. SATA advanced. Okay. Timeout. I guess you could put a different number in the boot timeout for the operating system. User password boot USB. It's already automatically did that with no problem. Floppy. I don't think it. Maybe you could put a floppy in it. DVD, RW, network boot, and IDE is the very last. Okay. What was I want to try to do? Why did I go in there? Oh, the monitors. Didn't see anything. It may not have that in BIOS. Some do. Some of the Dells do. I don't think it does. Okay, so I have to. I accidentally hit exit. Okay, I'm going to say save changes and exit, and you can still run it, but it's really hard. You need to get it onto. If I can get into the monitor setup section, then I can set it up so that this is the main monitor over here, and I need to change my camera setup. Just remembered. How's my? It's still scanning away. All right, let's see. There we go. Let's switch mics. Well, let's wait till we get done doing all that. Okay. Definitely almost forgot something important there. Well, you've got the idea. So I'm going to zoom in to the monitor now. Well, let's stay like this for now. And hopefully I'll remember it again in a minute to change it again. Is that good enough? Probably. I'll zoom in to that close as I can to those two, and then we'll go from there. The problem is I forget. Browser. Oops, too far. Actually, if you click on the little dragger dot, then you can use the arrow keys to, you know, fine tune it. I never had seen that work before, but it works. Okay, now we can you can see what I'm doing. Now I'll just get back on the other mic. I like this so much better, the sound of it and everything. Okay, very good. I shouldn't have closed it. I knew it when I closed it. I want to check out my stream. I need to find the page that will take me to the live, where you can click on live, you know. Well, I can just go to the live video. Find the page that, there we go. Take me to, oh, and yeah, and you can see the chat from there too and answer people. Okay, so that's good. Now I have to get back on the other. What me getting off of there must have, I don't know what it did. Well, somehow it did it. Oh, that worked that way the last time. It's still going to be the same thing. No, it didn't do this last time. I don't know, but maybe somehow it is centered. You know, once it got centered up when I went into BIOS and it finally centered itself right. Now this is all, okay, that's all I need. It did it automatically for me. Cool. Battery may be broken. Well, it could be. Well, it also hasn't been charged in a year or 2 or 3. I think if you click on it, you can see all the battery stuff. But it is plugged in. It wouldn't be running if it wasn't for that. Maybe not. Sanyo battery, 18%. AC adapter is working. There's another. Okay, I really don't know much about how, you know, laptop battery stuff. I mean, I don't use laptops. Well, I use them plugged in all the time when I do use them. I do use them quite a bit in here, but I don't carry them around and use them. Okay, well, what was I going to do? Okay, I remember now. I'm curious about the hard drive. Okay, I can't help it. Or couldn't I just start the download first before I start getting curious about everything? Get in here and do what I'm here to do. Okay. since that worked, I should change. Where's my? I'll put it down there. Okay, let me change back to the closer up view. Got too many sticky notes up under there now, and I can't. Couldn't see my lights. Yeah, that was kind of not worth that much trouble, was it? Interrupting the video to redo it again that soon. Oh well, that's the way it goes when you don't know what you're doing. See if I can turn it just a little bit back this way. Oh, it's really hard to do. You hit the right spot. It's pretty hard to turn that mic stand thing, and it's actually... I mean, it's really good for, probably best for it to be that way, but now there's my live stream page. I knew there was, you have to be in the right place to be able to find that link, that to be available to you. Now there we are, and I'm going to bookmark that one. Oh, it wasn't in the toolbar. Well, it's different than, I'll have to reorganize that later. But anyway, everything's working. Okay, now we will go back again. Okay. That sure has got a large text. I guess it didn't do the video size, the normal video size. Displays. Let's see if I can change it. It may not let me. 1024 by 768. Oh, and same in all monitors. It did that by automatically, and that's actually what I was gonna do to it. And that's the biggest of any of the laptops I've ever done this with. That's the biggest you can get it if you do same in all monitors. So I'm gonna leave it. That's fine. It's big. I can read it. It's just out of shape if you were watching videos or anything, but I'm not gonna be doing that. So I will put this browser into the shape that I need it to be so I can use the darn thing right quick. Especially since it's kind of, not much real estate there to use. Okay. And that's good enough, I think. Okay, now. Oh, I don't have my search bar. Let's see what... Where's that part where you see search bar? I think if I see if I can find it quicker that way. Yeah, use the search bar. I really like the search bar. I think I'll change some of the cookie. Oh, that's the wrong one. I know this is all going away the instant I get out of this, but it's different. Oh, it's an older version. Well, it's actually makes more sense. It will keep cookies from websites you visit. See, that's the way it was before. Now they're screwing you. Okay, and let's go home because I think that's the quickest way to get to Fedora. The home page in Fedora, they want to make it Fedora's startfedora.project.org. And so there's a link up here to, yeah, right there, get Fedora, and that's what I want to do. I want to get Fedora. Our Fedora privacy policy has been updated. I want to go to, didn't see it. Workstation server, atomic friends features. There we go. Actually, that will be, that's the icon for mate. What am I trying to do? That's what I want. I'm going to reinstall it on my machine. Upgrade mine to that, and then I'm going to reinstall Fedora 28. I have 27 on Mom's machine, and I didn't think for 28 was coming out till this June or July, but they're saying, the other day I was reading an article saying it's been out a while, longer. I don't know. I forgot the dates, but it's been out a while. It's 1.8 gigabytes, and I want to download it to the right place though. Uh-oh, I think it's just going to go to the, well, I want to save it. Is it going to, yeah, it's going to be 64-bit. That's what I want. Okay, you have to, if you want something different, you got to pay attention. So I hope it'll fit. There's only like 2 gig of memory on this machine. I don't want it in the live system. I wanted it in, I think I better cancel it and try to change my downloads, where my downloads go. Got to do something about that. I know that's gonna, I'm pretty sure that's gonna fill up my memory. I don't even know what, yeah, 1.6 gigabyte is all they gave me for this live system, so it's not in the downloads. Maybe it deleted it once it, let's go this way and say open folder. Show all downloads. I think you can right click and say go to download page. Should be able to say open. That's restart. I guess it's, I'm going to say clear all downloads. It should have been going to the downloads folder. So I guess, unless it tried to go to the desktop. No, it didn't. Okay, so I guess I'm alright. I didn't let much of it download before I realized what I needed to do. 250 gigabyte volume. That's the drive that I thought was completely broke that's in this thing. It has, I think I've tried installing operating systems on it, and it, I think it'll work and not work, work and not work. See, like the downloads folder, well, I guess it's just empty. Yeah. I didn't realize I'd even left a drive in there, but it has some files on it and stuff. I was thinking I would have to put it on my, where is the rest of it? The rest of my, oh, this is a USB stick that's only 2 gigabytes, so that's the only place I'm going to be able to put it, is on that hard drive. I would have been not able to do it. Because the 1.6 gigabyte volume, that's still live OS, see? And downloads, free space 1.4 gigabytes, see, that would have filled it up. Okay, so when you're doing this in a live system, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. Good thing I woke up there. There we go. Download, save files. This, I mean, it all changes to live system, so I'm gonna go to that 250 gigabyte volume and just say put it in that one's downloads. I think it'll be okay just for that. Okay. Now, I think if I reload this page, it'll try to download it again. Now it should just, yeah, just doesn't stop. I could have told it to stop and ask me where, but I think I'll be fine. I kind of like setting, you know, where I want it to be as the place. Okay, there we go. It's doing it. There's the ISO file, and it's the part file will go away, and it'll just be an ISO file when it gets done. And going to save this page for those instructions on how to verify. Actually, I don't need to click on that. Oh, okay, there's what I need to save. Now this time I need to go to the right folder manually. And that way I can check my, that's the, you know, the MD, or whichever kind of checksum, SHA-256 checksum. I think it has, no, it doesn't have any MD5s, it's just an SHA-256. Where's the instructions? Okay, here's the instructions. Verify. Okay, I'm going to put that in the bookmarks for right now. There we go. Yeah, here's the commands that I'm going to need. That was what I was thinking. I'm going to save that page. I mean, I don't really need to, but because I can just go to it. But hoping this works. I did not remember all this. I didn't remember there was a. But now I'll just run these files. Open a terminal window in that folder, and then run these, and it'll be good. Okay, and I'll just leave it. Let's see. Anything else I need to know from that page? Installation instructions. Where are those? I saw that. There we go. Let's go ahead and look at that. There could be something that's changed. Sometimes it does. That pocket thing is back. Thought I got rid of that. Oh, now you have to say remove pocket. Right click, remove pocket. Okay. That's still working on its download. This manual explains how Conda. At least we do still have 32 and 64-bit. For a while, I got the idea they weren't going to have a 64-bit anymore. Well, in the server edition, but they did in 27 after all. I still never installed it on my server yet, but that won't run 64-bit. And it's a good, quiet machine. It's just right for a server. Doesn't make a lot of heat. Doesn't make any noise hardly at all. I can never hear it unless I make it work real hard or something. So I guess you got to click on another link or what? I don't see any instructions. All I see is copyright junk. Why did they tell me? Oh, okay. Installing. There we go. Installing Fedora. Okay. It's so long. Okay, if you already have Fedora installed and you want to upgrade, automatic upgrade using DNF system upgrade. Okay. It's not going to help me to put that in here. It's going to be gone. I keep doing it because that's the way I work. Okay, manual installation. That's not what I want. Okay, downloading and booting. Installation images. Don't want net install. Verifying the download image. I do know that other one that I saved is a quick way to do that, verifying your download image. Okay, Fedora Media Writer, yeah, which should be on here. You can't just do it with UNet booting or some other, if you're used to using stuff like that. You need to use Fedora Media Writer, and it's easy. I'd almost forgotten that. So I'll try to do it on here in this live system once I get this downloaded. Yeah, I may lose this ISO because I'm really not going to have a good way to save it. I don't want to unplug my backup drive or any of that stuff because it's being scanned. Still only at 51. Well, that media writer would download it for you. I forgot that. It certainly will. I think that's what they're talking about here. But I've already downloaded it, so I'll just pick this ISO and download it. It would have downloaded it somewhere in this live system, and I wouldn't have had room for it. Lucky there was a drive in there at least that still will take files and stuff. I think it just messed up enough that you can't run an operating system on it. Can't get one to install properly is what I remember. It'll format it and everything and then not. You know, it could be some sort of malware that's doing that to it. It might not be physically broke. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, no, that's a good thought, isn't it? I don't think it's, hopefully, it's not malware that's going to crawl into my new system. Well, what I thought. You never know, malware can hide in the master boot record of a hard drive. Of course, if you reformat it and rebuild the master boot record, which I know I've done to that, you're pretty darn sure that you got rid of it then. And I think there's maybe one other way, I can't remember, on a hard drive where it can hide and not. Trojans can be, and things like that can be so small that they can fit in tiny little places like that. And then they're downloaders, you know, they'll download more stuff, all the payload they call it. I think this is still talking about Media Router. So I'm just going to kind of scan through this. This is all about the normal. Yeah. Makes me want to try it on this laptop while it's up and running. You can do that from this live system. I don't want to overwork it though. I don't want to do it and lose my ISO either, do I? Oh, may not have Media Router. Let's see. I'm going to have to install Media Router. It doesn't have it by default. Yeah, but it's not going to be real big. I won't do it right now. Or can I? Oh, it's finished. Yeah, I might as well do it. I'll just copy that exact command. That should work. Hopefully that'll work in this live system. We'll see. Wait a minute. This is a live system. SU. Oh, it didn't paste. Get rid of that sudo. I don't need that. Because SU, in the live system, you just hit SU and it'll give you root privileges. Just type in SU. For sudo. Well, sudo, SUDO is sudo. SU is, I forgot what it stands for. Sudo root privileges is what you get with sudo, but SU you get real complete root privileges. You can't do everything with sudo that you can do with SU. That's why I like, one of the main reasons I like SU better. So yes, we are. Actually, it's going to probably do some updates first. And there will be, well, this is 27. There may be a bunch of updates. Not too bad, I don't think. And if there's 700 megabytes, that would be hard on the memory on this thing. It's really funky to watch that broken monitor work over there. You can't see it anymore, but that's okay. Okay, I'm going to go back to reading while that's working. You can call Fedora Media Router by issuing the command sudo media writer, which I should be able to just open it from the applications window once it gets installed. If not, I'll do that. So yeah, see, I forgot about all that. I knew that, but I forgot it. So there's what the newest one looks like. Create a live USB. They always change the interface a little bit to make it more fun each time. And I'm gonna have one. Okay, I can't burn it from this system though, because I'm booted to the USB stick. Well, no. I only have 2 USB slots. I was gonna say I could plug in that other USB stick that I have and just burn it on that one instead of this one. I was planning on burning it on this one because I won't need 27 anymore. Um, I could, well, I can't do Fedora Media Router into Bang. Now this is beginning to be a little bit of a conundrum. You know what? Maybe I'll try installing Fedora onto this hard drive. Well, I could, let's see. I mean, I can unplug my USB cable and plug a drive in there, but then I'd have to, I don't think the touchpad works at all on that thing. I guess I can find out. I'd have to do it with the touchpad over there. That'd be a pain. I want to have a mouse. Because I don't, no, it doesn't have any serial ports or anything. I can't, or I mean, PS2 ports. That's really bad when you don't have enough USBs. Does it really not have? But I mean, that old laptop has 2 on the right, 2 in the back. This one has. Well, I guess I could go around the block again. Well, I could have been doing that all along. I could install KRFB. And is Media Router finished? Oh, it's waiting for me to answer. How much? Yeah, it's 3.3 megabytes of one thing and then 1.1 megabytes of another. I may go ahead and install KRFB. Remote desktop. Then I can, well, I didn't want to log in, use remote desktop into any, I guess it could be done from the laptop over there, but I didn't want to do it from my main machine. But see, I could do that. I could, you know, remote desktop into there and control it. That'll allow me to unplug my USB and plug in another USB to write to it. Maybe my only good way to do it. I'm going to go do that in the GUI interface. What did I end up with? Yes, it's complete. Should have Media Router all fine and dandy now. Fedora installed a hard drive, gparted. There it is, Fedora Media Router. Should work. As long as it's, you know, still running in this live system. And Fedora 28, now that would download it for you. Restore what? Oh no, I don't want to restore my, that's what I'm running off of. So don't hit that restore if it's what you're running off of. The other one, I'm going to need to let it format it though. Click on that deal and it'll bring down some more options. That's what it was saying, and I wasn't quite catching what they're saying. Then you can get, see, I could have had it download mate for me automatically and install it automatically, completely. I wouldn't have had to do this manual download thing that I did. That's what I'm used to doing because that's what you always used to have to do. Now, let's see. Surely they haven't. And you can do Intel 64-bit, 32-bit, or ARM-V. Of course, I have 64-bit, so I'll download it. I'm going to close that because it seems that I'm missing an option here. The option to install from my own. Oh, there it is right there. Custom image right there. The one, it's not really custom, but pick a file from your drive. That's the one I'm going to want to do. And I'm just going to put that in one just so if I want to, like right now, I think I will take a look at the system resources and see how this thing is doing. It's doing good. It's not, CPU's not having any trouble. Memory, 1.4 gigabytes being used right now out of what? 1.9, 2 gigabytes, so that's what I thought. File systems, yeah, there's an ext4, 5.8 gigabyte. That's going to be the live. VFAT, that's part of that USB stick. Squash is part of probably that system. No, that might be the live system. Yeah, I guess it is. And let's see. Yeah, that'll tell me. Live, okay, these are all live. Live, 1.6 gigabytes. Live, 232. Oh, it says live user, but VFAT. Oh, I formatted that drive as FAT32 and just put some folders on it. That's that drive I saved my ISO to. That's what I did. But I imagine that when I tried to use it, it was giving errors. You know, some I/O errors. Sometimes it'd work, sometimes it wouldn't. Okay, and there's my live user disk, 1.5 gigabyte. Live user U3 system. That's 6.7. That's part of my USB stick that I can't get rid of. And then the XT4 dev map. I think that might be on the hard drive from when I had tried to install Linux on it before. I think I've tried it quite a few times. Okay, and Fedora 27, 64-bit. That's what I'm running right now. And my little drive I booted from is 1.9 gigabytes. Okay, so there's my folder with my ISO. It's finished. That'll actually stay on there unless I reformatted it or something. That'll still be there. Okay. I need to close the web browser now. I think it's getting to working it too hard. Just kind of go through here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, the genome disk is the way to do that. Creating a USB media with genome disks, which is a command line way to do it, and I've never done it. I might have done it once. I've looked at it, and it's a real pain. So I need to close this. I've got too much going on now. Even though it looked okay in the system, but see, look at that. See there? It must be the video memory that's getting filled up. So I better close everything right now. So I don't think I would try KRFB. That would use up too many more resources. Close everything right now and see if I'll be able to. Oh, but I wanted to install KRFB, didn't I? Well, if I'm going to do it, can I do it in another way? You can't install it to the boot drive that I'm booted to, or set it up on it. And I looked around it pretty closely. I'm going to look again, but let me make sure I'm not missing a USB drive over there. Let me look. Really, I never did. I never ate my little snack. Let me get that. Let's look at the DVD again. Or I think it's DVD, but I'm not sure. I could burn a DVD if it's DVD. It's 1.8 gigabytes or something. It says it's 2 gigabytes, so it won't fit on a CD. Now let me open up that system monitor again. Runs pretty good, doesn't it? thinking it would tell me, or did I see that in the... I could burn a CD. It's not really what I want to do, but I guess I need something else to tell me what, if there is anything on here that'll tell me. I mean, I could just pop a CD in there and see if it says XF burn. Let's see if it might tell me what kind of drive it has. Yeah, DVD RW. Okay, so I could burn a DVD. I wouldn't use that because I need to use a Fedora Media Writer to do it, for it to work right. But that I can do. That may have a better chance of a success. I'm trying to install more software, KRFB, and do all that. It might work that way too. Let's see. I'm going to be installing it on my machine. Sometimes you write a DVD or a CD and it doesn't read right in different drives, so USBs are more dependable for this kind of thing. Well, back when, some of my older machines don't like to boot from USB, then you have to go the other way. I want to see, well, KRFB has to install some KDE stuff to work. I'm eating walnuts and chocolate's pretty good together. I just had to stop and do it because I was not doing it. I was working. I had my right hand working hard, working the mouse. And that's my eating hand. Well, it takes two hands to eat these nuts out of this bag anyway. You got to hold that bag still, or it'll go off the table, off the tray. Just a couple more little pieces of nuts left in this bag. I might as well eat them. There we go. Much better. Or it should be. Feels better and already to me. Okay. Well, there's not any point in going and looking at that XP thing right now. Is there? Yeah, let's look at it because I may not want to switch off of here while it's doing it. Yeah, because I might, if it's not going to work, I can shut this stupid machine down. It won't be making as much heat. Come on. Oh man, I mean, I pressed that button 100 times and it won't do it. I don't know why. I'll turn the monitor off and turn it back on, see if it'll work. I think it might have worked that time. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, okay, I never did anything. I didn't even go back and open up Avast. So I decided I had enough room. Yeah, I had 3-something gigabytes. So I'll try it. This time I will let it go to the default folder, whatever that is. And then I will, I think I'm maybe going to just go ahead and try. I don't even know if that, you know, that DVD drive may not even work at all. It may be screwed. So, yeah. I'll go ahead and try run a KRFB. At the very worst, I just have to reboot, but since my ISO is on that hard drive, it should be okay. I kind of remember. I remember doing it. I didn't know it was that drive that was in that thing, but I remember trying to install an operating system several times on a hard drive that was work and not work kind of situation. I guess it's in protection. Yeah, scans. Protection, scans. Yes, I've got it. Whatever. I don't want to click on extra crap. I'm busy. Create your own scan. No. Uh-oh. Doesn't want to close. Go back. Tell me it's already acting up on me. Why won't it go out of there? Escape won't do nothing. Run a scan, no. Create a scan, no. I want to get out of it. It just doesn't. It acts like it's not working. Dang it! I want to click on the create a new scan. I guess it's still trying to load that page or something because it's not doing anything now. It's thinking. Okay, cancel. Maybe it'll go back. That's what I was hoping. I'd go back to where I started. Yeah, right to there. I can't get out of it. Trying to right click on the Avast icon. Click on open user interface again, see what it does. Oh, I could have just hit right click close down there. Won't do it. So there's not anything I could do in there. Just the Avast window must just work this machine too hard with inside of the virtual machine. Just flat won't come out of there. It doesn't do anything. I tried the back mouse. I have an extra back and forward mouse button that'll work in the browser, and then some applications. applications, but that don't do nothing. I don't see how escape does nothing. If I force close it with, then it'll probably just jack up the whole operating system. Yeah, that would kill Avast altogether, I think, and that would make me have to reboot. I can't believe it's stuck in that right there. I don't think it's really the system. See, I can move it around and everything, so I don't think it's that the system's not responding. I think it's a bug. Probably it's not working right in XP. I guess maybe this is the answer to my, but this is the thing where I'm going to have to say I can't do it. Oh, okay. Well, that's just a different. Oh, that was where I was before. When I couldn't find it. I better just start scanning. Okay, well, at least it got out of there. Maybe I can stop it. I figured if I started a scan, it would just hang up forever. The simple thing of just making a little ISO, you'd think you could just do that. Even though it's moving slow and all that. I guess it just doesn't run well enough in here. Well, I can hit that X now. Let's see if I can close it. There. And let's see if it's hit Control Alt Delete and see if it's still running. Okay, it's not running. Let's try bringing it back up. Yeah, I'm hard-headed. I focus on tasks very well, one at a time, and I don't like to give up. But it did help to go do something else for a while. I was really getting pissed at this thing. Now I'm already getting pissed again. It did close it and it opened it back up. I'll try one more time. I'll go slower and try not to click on the wrong thing. Okay. Protection. Scan. Sandbox. Scans. So that is what I want, is scans. Yeah, I remember that now. Well, I remembered it before, but somehow I clicked on the wrong time. Full, targeted, boot time, custom scans, and that's where I clicked. How did I, oh, up there, right there. See, it's a tiny little thing up there at the top, rescue disk. Okay, create a CD, create a USB. I want to create a CD. Okay, my documents is where it's going. I'm not going to try to put it anywhere else. Boom. Now, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. That is my last try. Hopefully it'll work. Now, I'll switch back over. There. Okay, I think my best bet over here on this one is to go ahead and use DNF Dragora, because if I do it, I mean, I know the command, you know, I'm install KRFB, but there may be dependencies. I can't remember if there's other stuff, but so if I look at it in the GUI, then I'll be able to tell better. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have done that, I don't think. Well, no, it's okay. As far as it's going to take forever. Didn't go, I typed, but it didn't do nothing yet. Oh, and then end names. Well, that should be okay. It is called KRFB. Oh, it's not done loading everything yet. So I changed it to all because if you leave it in updates, you won't see something available to install. At least I think. Yeah, because I've tried searching. There it is. Well, we did something. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't search until you can't hit enter. Why is there more than one entry in there? They look identical. You shouldn't have to, those libs should be getting, runtime libs should be installed automatically. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, but see how much is going to be installed? It's only going to be 17 megabytes total though. So that'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the main thing I needed to know. Actually, I think I didn't need, yeah, it'll just do it. It automatically gave me the root privileges so that it could do it in the live system. You just got to be careful. If it'll let you keep installing until you lock the machine up. You have to keep track in your mind or write it down or whatever, how much of that live system you're using up and how much of your memory you're using up. It's both things you got to watch. But 17 megabytes for that, and 3 megabytes for the other thing, I'll be fine. And that should actually make, once I get KRFB up and running and get connected to it, then I can do it on remote desktop and you can actually see what the heck I'm doing. I really didn't think I'd be running that. When I started that, I thought I ain't gonna let that run for all day. I thought I'll let it run a little while. That scan over there on the other laptop, on my USB drive. I thought I'll just let it run until I get all this done, which of course wasn't supposed to take all day in my mind. What's really bad is when stuff like this takes several days instead of a few hours. That laptop runs good, though. I really ought to put it to use in one way or another. You could use something like that for a server. That one's not loud. It's not making noise. Can't tell for sure. I might be able to hear it if I didn't have this red black BioStar running and whining at me. But I can't hear it at all right now with it running. Of course, I have the other laptop running too. I guess I'm doing pretty good on temperature considering everything I got running. I got my machine running. It's doing the streaming. I got my server always running. I got the Dell 6000 running. I got the Acer running. Mom's machine's not running, but the red black BioStar's running. All those machines are running. And it's 78.3 in here now. A little hotter than it was, but not deadly. What's bad is here a few months ago, it's funny because it gets hotter in my room in the spring and in the winter because they run the heater more than I can stand. And my mom does, and but in the spring is usually the hottest time in here because if it gets hot in here in the winter, I can open my window a little bit, and get cool it off. In the spring, I don't think it's done yet, or is it? I guess it is. It's got a little blue thing down there, and anyway, in the spring, the air conditioner doesn't run enough, and so it'll get 80, 81, 82 degrees in here with a lot less running than this. Yeah, okay, so I've got KRFB, should have it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's close this. Okay. I think I'll look at that system monitor one more time before I open it up. Yeah, the CPUs are doing great. Now we're using still just same 1.4 gigabyte. Well, I haven't opened up the app yet, but this uses quite a bit of processes on its own, so I'm not going to memory. Where's the CPU one? I don't see it. This is that one that doesn't ever. I'll do it by memory. Yeah, and there is no CPU on this one. This is not the one I like. Okay. open up KRFB. Should be able to just turn it on. Let's see. I'm not going to do the wallet. I still haven't done that on Mom's machine. Well, it won't matter now. I got to start over. Unattended access. I'm going to give it a. Okay, now I'll give it an unattended access password. Oh, that's going to be my problem. 192.168. Can I put that up in there where I can see it? Barely. That way I can see it. 192.168.10.106.5900. See, if I was using TeamViewer, probably should have just tried to use TeamViewer Portable. But that's not. That's on the other easy to boot drive that's in the other laptop. I would have to go download it. So that's why I didn't opt for that. But I forgot about which router I'm on. I'll have to do router forwarding. I'm sure that wait a minute, it might already know, but that's that. If it gave that machine the same IP that cable usually gets on the other machine, I don't think I set it as a static route to that machine's MAC address. I don't remember. I'll just try it. 192.168.10.106. See if I can get to it. Oh, actually, it won't be. I was going to have to go into the routers to figure it out. I forgot. Why did I forget that? Oh, and you're forgetting another really important thing. Firewall. Open up the firewall. Fedora automatically blocks those ports, and you've got to VNC, that's what I want. SSH is open. I need VNC. Okay. Anything else I need? Don't think so. It's a lot of work for a live system. It's not going to keep it. Okay. Let's see. I said I didn't want to do any remote connections from this machine, though, didn't I? I don't think it's infected, but I hate to be wrong, dead wrong, That's the thing. Okay. Let's go to the desktop. And I will open up this browser. I usually don't use, the other one's messed up. I usually don't use it to go to the, you can't just go to .10, but let's see. Let's try it and see. 106. Well, let's see. I don't believe it's serving up. Oh, .10.1. Let's see if I can get into the setup interface of that router. Doesn't look like it. Okay, now I don't want to type any passwords on this machine that, like something that matters, like my routers or anything, and I think that's what I would have to do. One or two of them, I have them saved in the encrypted, deal. I mean, that would matter just about as much as, I can't remember now which router is which. Okay, yeah, see, I'd have to type the password. That's my D-Link, a new one. Okay, that's the one this is plugged into. I'd have to go I did not think of all that. Now, of course, I can go back over there to that laptop and I thought about TeamViewer a couple of times, but I didn't think that was. I thought that was going to be a harder way to go. but I forgot. It's really I forgot about not being on the same router. I really don't like the idea because if there is a keylogger, that is in this machine. Of course, this is the other browser, but it could. Well, it's the same. They share the same profile setup, so same folders and all. So it could, if there was something in there, it could be keylogging my passwords that I type in. I don't type in too many very often. Of course, as long as it's been on there, it must not. Well, there's one reason why I think it could be something had got on my machine, and that's because somebody in Novosibirsk, Russia, once in a while keeps trying to log into my Facebook account, and that's what Facebook told me. That's what they said. That's where they thought it was coming from. And I couldn't quite figure it out. I changed my password several times. I hardly ever use that thing. I don't like Facebook. And finally, when I discovered this, I thought, okay, maybe this is what's happening. That this, even though the other day I saw that this domain name is registered in Vietnam and all that, but that don't mean a lot. You can register. I could register one in Vietnam too if I wanted to. So. If it was coming from there, and they were, of course, if they were getting my passwords with the keylogger, then they would have logged in. They never were successful. So I figured it might be some script on an infected machine or something, or not mine, someone else's. That's really what I thought was probably going on. But or just a general, web crawling script or something trying to log into Facebook accounts, that too. So, and of course, when they try to pinpoint where people are, that can always be fake too. I mean, they could be my next door neighbor and making it look like they were in Novosibirsk, Russia too, if they know how to do it. I don't know how to do that, but I know it can be done. Okay, I don't like that. I don't want to be logging into my routers on the machine that I'm so worried about. So let's go back to the camera view. Getting tired of trying to lean over this mic and talk. I'll get my long stick again. I had it out and then I put it away. I can't believe it. I was doing fairly well about thinking through this, and then I forgot that. Well, it's only, 35 megabytes, so I didn't cause myself a bunch of real trouble. Okay, let's go to TeamViewer and see if either install it or download the portable version and try it. It works on some. I think it works on Fedora 23 just fine as some of the older ones, but not on Fedora 27 if I remember right. TeamViewer. I don't have any add-ons on here, so I can't scan links or anything, so I want to make sure I'm going to the right place. I have that already downloaded. It's on my backup drive. Of course, I wouldn't really, and I think I even have it copied over to that SD card on the USB adapter that's running that other machine right now, so I can't get to it. That's the main reason I just thought to myself, no. If it can do that. Mac, Windows, Linux, Ubuntu, and Debian. No, neither one. Okay, well, I'll just try. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get to my the one that's going to work on Fedora. Even if it's the that didn't do a thing. A bunch of advertisements and stuff. Oh, I think it opened up another tab. There we go. Linux. Okay. Blocking up my screen. There we go. Okay. I know it's silly, but I'm making another bookmark. Might not be a Debian, Red Hat, Fedora. I want 64-bit. And then the ones that are not officially supported, that would be the one that you use. They don't say this is a live version anymore. That's probably, I think they just, well, they don't call it a live version. They just say you can run it. I'd just as soon install it. It's easier, I think, to use the installer. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, that's an RPM. Download TeamViewer. Okay, I just want to, since I don't have any way to check these files, I want to make sure. Of course, this system is a live system. It's just going to go away whenever I shut this, but still, you don't want things crawling between your machines either because of an infected TeamViewer download, you know. I'm paranoid now after all this trouble. Well, I'm always that way. I mean, I always scan, like normally I would have VTZilla on here and I would right click and scan that file before I used it. Okay. Should be, oh, it didn't go to the downloads, it went to that drive. Where is it? Because that's what I set. See, that's why I do that. That's why I set it as the default download. I don't want to open it with the archive manager. I want to open it with DNF install. I right click and open with DNF installer. I don't know how big is this thing. I didn't pay attention. Well, I'll wait for the installer to open up. It probably might tell me how much it's going to install. Okay, not too bad. 12 megabytes plus 13 megabytes. I'll leave it open. I was going to close that file manager for, you know, memory usage. I think I'll close it now. Well, that's getting ready to open that back up. Okay. TeamViewer, one very cool thing about it is you can have 3 routers like I've got, and you just open up the one on the machine you're on, and then open up the one you want to view from on the machine you want to view from, and they'll find each other magically. I don't know how it works. I've never bothered to learn. I don't know how it tunnels through all those routers without having to be forwarded, you know, mechanically or not electronically in the router like I do with VNC. But there's something magic in this software that does it. Uh-oh, it didn't work. I think I ran, okay. Doesn't work. I need to have some more software, I just remembered, that will allow me to install from RPMs. And so it just opened this up, and let's wait till it's finished loading, but I don't believe it's going to install it. It may just sit there, or it may give me some sort of, I don't know what it's going to do. And no, I don't think TeamViewer's in the repos. It wasn't. I guess I'm going to look. If it was in the Fedora repos, I would have solved all my problems, but let's wait till it's finished loading there. Oh man, this day's been a day of going in circles. Well, all that's loading. And in the meantime, let's go look at the old other machine. Is that the right machine? I think so. Oh, yeah. Much as I love to have a higher resolution display. Oh, well, it's working. It's at 21%. So maybe it'll do it. If it'll make me that ISO, I can set that thing up. What I want to do is not on that other slower machine, but on this dual core machine, set it up and let it run all night. If it's not too loud, I'll have to listen to it. If it's not too loud, I mean, that's really close to where I sleep, you know, but I can shove that keyboard tray in And that top, of course, fits right in there. And as long as it's not making more noise than I can stand, I can just let it run for days until it scans that drive. Yeah, it's not exactly the order. Well, the only thing I did on my machine is answered one email, and of course I can always just plug it back in, back it up another time, and then I just hate to, if this scan over here finishes, I hate to see whatever's on my machine. If there's anything that came from my machine that got deleted by the virus scanner, it'll be put back, So maybe I won't do any more backups. I may sacrifice that one email, It's not a big deal. Let's see. Where do I want to go? I want to go to 1 again. Okay. But yeah, the KVM switch is much better when you don't have to also add this switch on the monitor. Okay, yeah, it's just sitting there. Uh-oh, I think it locked up. I think the whole system locked up. Yep. I can't, my mouse isn't responding. And I think that from what I remember, that mouse pad, trackpad, whatever, and even the buttons didn't work on that thing anyway. So unless it comes back, sometimes it's not the machine, sometimes it's my KVM switch. Usually it's the KVM switch. So let me get on another machine and connect to it, let it work, and then go back, and that'll be the way I can tell. Okay, my machine is fine. It hooked right up to it. Now, let's see if that's really what's going on. I got a feeling, because see that little spinning ball is still right there where it was. I think I overdid it. I think it's, I've locked it up. Doing too much stuff in the live system. But luckily my ISO and all that aren't lost. But my software I installed will be lost when I reboot. Pretty sure that I'm completely locked up, and I'll have to do a hard shutdown. I'll wait for a little bit here. Just leave. Sometimes it just takes a while to catch, hook up to that USB and start working again. I'm just sitting here moving my mouse, waiting. I can see that the USB stick is really just blinking like it's constantly being accessed. It's another sign. Let's see. Yeah, it's one thing, or everything is just cattywalkered. Of course, I'm using all kinds of old, half-broken stuff, old machines and half-broken machines and stuff. Actually, this has nothing to do with the machine. Actually, the machine itself runs fine. It does have a mess in that hard drive. I know it's got problems, but I just filled it up, doing too much in the live system. I've done it before enough times. It's still, the Dell 6000 Bitdefender scan is at 51. No more malware so far, or viruses or whatever they are. And it's scanning away. I really wouldn't have thought it would have lasted this long. It might do the whole thing. Just sit there and hum that fan. Yeah, I think it's completely locked up. All right. Let's see. What's my plan in this case then? A hard shut it down. Let's go back over to the XP one and see what its progress looks like while I'm thinking. I'll just be able to look at it while I'm thinking. Okay. Okay, so I will probably have to hard shut down that other line. It's up to 26%, so it's working. Slow, but it looks like it's working, making steady progress. Maybe I'll get a bootable ISO out of that. And then I'll have one of the best virus scanners for today anyway. Well, it's still be good for tomorrow, maybe the next few days to a week even. Still be usable. Because, the program part of it's going to be good. It's just the virus. Well, actually, I don't know if the virus definitions have a way to update them. They might not have used to have. I don't remember. Might be one reason why I really just didn't use it but once or twice. Anyway, because these others, you know, they update the definitions, and you can use it for years. You know, you can put it on a bootable stick or a CD or whatever. So anyway, that's hung up evidently. Yeah, I can see, just barely still see that little ball, and it's just sitting there. Touching the touchpad doesn't matter because I'm sure it does. I'm almost positive it doesn't work. I think it's hardware broke. But 6:16. I'm getting hungry again. It's going to be about my quitting time, I guess. I can see I ain't getting nowhere today like I thought I was going to do. I'm about a quarter of the way of what I thought I was going to do today. Let's see. I hate fighting with and rescuing stuff from malware. It's always the biggest pain. Okay. That's why I quit using Windows in 2005. I still mess with it here and there, and just when you think you're doing okay, you get hit again, you know. But I got to, you know, I mean, I can't complain about this. Is, well, I'm going around and around trying to make sure I'm clean, but I haven't seen any indications that I actually have any malware in this system, in my system that I'm most worried about. And of course, moms now would be worried about it, but all I see is that it tried. You know, that's a bad browser add-on tried to trick me into clicking on some of their malware. But just the fact that it serves up malware, if that was a Windows system, it may have already installed stuff on it, been able to, you know. And since it's really a big unknown is what can be done, you know, I mean, you know, today, tomorrow, the next day, somebody could come up with a way to compromise, you know, make something that can compromise any kind of operating system. And since it's coming from in the browser, I know that's the weakest point, really. The easiest way to get into all operating systems that I know of. So that's why I'm so worried. And I'm just going to reformat this one. Not this one here, but as long as I stay careful and don't let something get into it. So that's why I'm not going to do any, you know, network connections or remote desktop as a network connection. I don't want any connections like that. Of course, whenever I had that Windows 7 that got infected, I'm pretty sure it was on the Dell 1525 laptop, and it crawled into every other Windows 7 system. That's all. I didn't have any. Well, I did have XP on that Dell 6000 laptop, but I don't think I ever turned it on or anything. It was already messed up anyway on its own. But it crawled through the network and got 3 Windows 7 systems with me, and I'm pretty sure I didn't like network between them or anything. At least not 3 of them. Maybe 2. Maybe I did one before I thought about it or something, you know, like between 2 of them. But anyway, the things that can be done are pretty bad, pretty scary, and pretty just so infuriating, really. So yeah, I'm sure that thing is locked up, but that's working away. It's still going to be a while. So TeamViewer wasn't, I was right to start with in my head, just didn't know it. I just need to now this is locked up, so I can't do anything but hard shut it down. It's not too hot. It's doing good. So I turned it back on. It should boot right back up fine. It'll just be a brand new, you know, live system. And that one always starts on test the media, and unless, you know, well, I've already used this a lot, so I know it's okay. First time you boot a new media, you might want to run that test. I usually don't because I've hardly ever had them be bad. I'll run it if it fails to boot, you know, because it takes a good while, or it used to take a good long 30 minutes or something, you know. So that must be SR1. Oh, that would be the, I don't know if that's the USB or the CD, DVD drive. There's anytime you boot to anything, you usually get at least some I/O errors, but then unless there's everything's not reading, that's the drives. Maybe that's the CD drive and there's nothing in it, so it throws errors because there's nothing to read there. Sometimes you see a whole lot of them, and it just doesn't end up booting on different, for different reasons on different conditions. I think you're gonna have to click login. Okay. That laptop, that Acer, it has. Well, right now it has an orange, a green, and a blinking orange, and then there's another one that's not on right now, and I think it blinks orange sometimes. Still says the battery's broken. By now it should be charged some. Maybe it's completely broke. I wouldn't want to buy a battery for it. It's not, it's in really beat up shape. I'm sure you could probably still find a screen for it. It also has broken hinges though. So that's why I never, and it's just a dual core. It's just not worth spending money on. It wasn't when I got it, really. I didn't think so. That's why it's, I just thought, well, it could be good for a quasi-desktop, or it provides a desktop, I guess you could say, and I haven't needed it, so I haven't used it, but I did. I think I either bought one stick of memory and then I might have had 1 gig and then added another gig to it. It's got 2 gig in it. I think that's what happened. And of course the hard drive thing. That was the biggest thing. Hard drives are not cheap, especially for laptops. So that's the biggest thing why I never really did anything with it. Now that SD cards are usable, they're still. I had a Raspberry Pi, the little single board computer, and the SD card was always getting corrupted and crashing and having to fix it. I didn't have to reformat. I probably fixed it 4, 5, 6 times with Gparted, partitioning app. They can also fix broken partitions. Oh, it didn't do right this time. It didn't do the automatic. That's really weird. If I just, I'll see if I can do it this time, if I can get it to where I can see it. The problem is I can't see the, oh, there we go, hardware, displays, okay. Yeah, go to, now if I can get it in the corner up there where there's just in the preferences, hardware, and then displays, okay, that brought up the little, window. Now I'm going to have to try to get it half off the screen to where I can tell it I want it the same and all. Oh, monitor. Well, I don't want the laptop monitor off. Okay, detect monitors. I don't know if I can get it there. The little button that says same and all. There it is, same and all. Now, I think maybe I can say apply and be alright. Apply. If I can just see it, let's see. Ah, I got it. Okay. What do I got? Oh, it's asking me, do I want to, no, I want to keep that configuration. Yes. Okay, now close. There we go. So I got lucky in it, some reason when I guess if I could just boot it up. That's very opposite of any other computer I've got, but boot it up with this KVM switch in a different spot, and then somehow that KVM emulation makes it automatically do that. But that's a whole different size. That's way bigger than the last time though. See if I can change it. No, it's 1024 by 768, and that's the biggest it'll let you do. Well, that's what I'll have to say. It may be. Looks like the fonts are really big. Let's look at look and feel, appearance. I can always change that a little bit. I didn't really like that. I like traditional OK or traditional oak. What are the fonts? It's wider than the monitor. I think it may be. Oh, it won't slide, but so far. Actually, quit sliding. Oh, there we go. Yeah, well, don't really need to make them any smaller than that, I don't think. Let me turn it off and turn it back on and see if it does anything. It's fitting, or maybe that program was just not fitting, because see, everything, I think it already was. Alright, now what do I have here? Well, I know I have a hard drive in there, but it's completely different. I did change it to that one I like better. It looks funky in this size, though. I could change the font size, but I think I'll leave it for now. Okay. Downloads. Yeah, I still have everything I downloaded. I can install TeamViewer without that extra stuff. I either need to figure. Let's see. What do I need? Either need to do that, or do the whole router forwarding. Well, now that it's cleaned up again, I don't have it full up. I might try that, because otherwise, well, first let's go to the, well, I don't have KRFB installed right now. I have to reinstall it. Of course, I could have tried running TeamViewer. I don't, in live mode. It might have worked. Probably not, because probably have some dependencies it needs. If you've got a built-up system, it's probably already got them, but a brand new live system, you may not. I don't know why those are so big, though. I wonder if it somehow got in assistive technologies turned on. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh well, as long as I can use it, I don't care. Okay. Go to DNF. Let's see. Checking for updates. Actually, I would think there would be a bunch, but looks like it's done. Okay. I want to install an RPM. Now let's see if I can. Oh, it's still working on checking the updates. Probably be a whole bunch. I'm not going to install them unless it won't. I think you can just skip them. And you can still install an app, should be able to. It's just taking forever checking for updates. The little rotating ball that you learn to hate. It's just, I hate that worse than the hourglass in Windows. Well, let's don't stare at it. Let's go look at the, speaking of Windows, let's go see what a little VirtualBox XP is doing about its ISO. That's why if you're doing stuff that takes forever, having two things going can help me. I can go back and forth. At least once I get in the groove of remembering to do it. It's still at 30%. That's not a good sign. I have seen it trying to build them before, and it just hangs up, or it says it's done and it didn't work. Actually, mostly it seems like I remember it hanging up and never finishing. I don't know. We'll see. Just leave it until we... If it gets to be bedtime, then I will shut it off, because I ain't listening to that thing all night. And, well, I don't think it would work if it took that long. I would like to know if that system, let's see, let me go back before I switch that. Make sure that system ain't locked up or anything. I didn't try moving the mouse or anything that time. There we go. Yeah, it seems to be fine. Yeah, it pops up there real good. Oh, now it's 31%, or yeah, I think it was 30. So we'll see. I hope that it's not my problem there with the mouse not working last time isn't that this machine won't, you know, work right and recover right when you. I switched a couple times, didn't I? Before I had trouble. I think I switched. Yeah, it's fine there. Okay. Yeah, there's updates, but I don't want. Let's see what happens if I search. Well, I've got to switch to all right here, or it won't show me. I got to wait for it to bring in all. Then I can do my little search. But there's probably, I didn't look to see, but there's, well, if you go into the update portion of DNF Dragor, then it'll tell you how many updates, but it's usually around 750. With pretty much, I don't know, it's kind of the rolling number that happens with new Fedora distros when you, if they've been out a month or two, then it's usually going to be something like that when you first install it, and you don't want to do any updates until you install. Install from RPM. Oh, in name. Oh, yeah, in names, in descriptions and summaries. I'll try summaries. You can do all in the old version. It's not Dragor, it's something else. You can search all, and I hate this one. I don't know which is better, descriptions or summary. Descriptions, I guess. Okay. I'm just going to try searching, and you hit enter, and it doesn't search. If I just do name RPM, I have no idea what the name will be. I think maybe this time I want to drag it back some. Can't think of another. Install from RPM is what I'm looking for. There's something you have to add, and I never do remember. That's why I like to make my install scripts and just run them on a new system, because I guess it'd be a lot easier. That's why before I've just installed KRFB and not mess with trying to install. I can just install KRFB. I can do that. And then go ahead. I know I can forward through the routers. It's just a matter of doing it. Oh yeah, I didn't want to pop my password in that. Well, what machine am I going to control it from? For it to be seen in the video, it needs to be the one that I'm on. I guess this is a silly. I want it to be able to show it really well, but it's not an end-all thing. Spent forever doing it just for a live system when I can't. If I could just remember all those little things, I could do it quick. But I've done it live and regular systems before. I don't know if I've done the install from US RPM in a live system, but I've done it in setup systems. Repo manager, that might be interesting. I think I've seen that before. I think I've installed it before. Helm package installer. You can still install that, but it'll just go right. You can use it really. I mean, it's going to go right back to DNF. Not that I would necessarily. Here we go. DNF RPM. Let's see if that'll bring up anything. Nope. Nope. Make sure I didn't misspell that. I did it in backwards order from the way I had it before. Nope. Oh, wait. Fast. Oh, that's something else. Okay, I think it's just not worth that kind of trouble. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I can install KRFB and do all that. But what was my whole point here? Oh, there was a really good reason for it, because I needed to be able to plug in that other USB and unplug this. Oh, wait, will that work? I have USB on this keyboard. Let's try it. I can plug in this other USB stick in this keyboard, and it's only a 1.1, but I think it will work. As long as I don't go off of it during the write. See, there you go. You see that USB. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Let's see if it works. But I don't have that app. Okay, so I've already rebooted, so I lost all my favorites. Oh, but I did save one on the hard drive. I saved one of those installation instruction files, and that has those links. There we go. That's why I do that, for reasons like that. The thing is, they're both the same name, so I've got to make sure I get to the right one and not the one I'm okay, verify. Let's do that first. I'd forgotten all about that. I'm going to verify our image. Let's see if we can open terminal. Yeah, I believe I can open a terminal right there. Yeah, and that should be, yeah, it's in downloads. Okay, we want to verify and import those PGP keys or whatever keys they are. GPG keys. Okay, that's done. Now, I'd forgotten, I'd let myself forget about that. Now this should tell me if that my image, whether or not my image is a good image. Let's see. Good signature from Fedora 28. Warning, the key is not certified with a trusted signature. There is no indication that the signature belongs to the owner. What? But it says it's good. What is it? Well, now that's over my head. Oh, finally. Check the images, check some matches. Okay, I'm not sure about that other little thing. Maybe, well, let's read the instructions. Maybe it'll tell you. Just says it has a, should have a good, doesn't say anything about that funny little error. But I will know for sure, I really know the Fedora sites, unless somebody spoofed the Fedora site lately. You know, I was in the right place. Never gotten a bad image from Fedora. There was one time when it started, one of them might have been Debian. There actually were some corrupt images. I downloaded one image that was corrupt from some like remix site one time, and something told me, I didn't check it with all that. Well, I used to use GUI app. Well, that's what got me checking. I learned how it was real complicated to do it in the command line. I mean, harder than what I just, you know, it was really drawn out and hard to understand. Let's see. And I learned about some GUI apps, but in Fedora 14 I have several, but they're not available anymore that can do that for you. There's only one or two now, and they're not very good in Fedora, newer versions of Fedora. No such file. It sticks for all of them, and you got to look around until you see. Failed open or read. Warning, 19 lines are improperly formatted. 6 listed files could not be read. Okay. It is bad. And you know, it may be bad probably because I had to reboot that drive screwed up, and I had to reboot the system. So either that or there's really a bad image out there. So I'm going to delete that. Close terminal. I will leave that verify your image, but I don't want that ISO. Okay, I can't use that. But what I can do is let it download automatically, but I still have to have it. I better tell the I wonder if I can tell it where to download. I just remembered. How do you do that? You do it with Fedora Media Writer. I could use that, one of those pages. I've already opened this up now. It's going to check for updates and do all that junk. It takes forever. Let's see if I can quit it. Shouldn't have done that, huh? Okay, let's see if we can go. See, this is on this drive. I'll have to. That's alright. I can go to Fedora and find the how do you install somewhere. Actually, I saw it on the. If I just click on the one I want, it should be a how to install link right there. I guess it's in the download. I don't want to re-download it though. Where's the how do you? There it is. Installation guide. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Fedora Media. Why isn't it showing up? I don't know. I was trying to search for it instead of reading all that again. Maybe I'm going to have to click links to get. Oh, yeah, you're not in the installing Fedora. I guess preparing for installation. There, Fedora Media Writer. There should be some commands. There it is. Okay, Media Writer, yes. Okay. This time I will let it do it for me. Oops, I don't want that. I want that. It's still too big to download SU. DNF install Media Writer, and it'll install Media Writer. Okay, like I did a while ago. And that didn't take too long. And then I'll run Media Writer, let it download it. I will say yes. I mean, it's 3.3 megabytes plus 1.1 megabytes. It's really small, no big deal. Okay. Complete. Okay, now. Yes, complete. Yes, complete. Close terminal. Close this. I don't want it too much going on here. Okay, now I want to open up Media Writer. There it is. I have two of these. Well, one of them's going to say live user, so that should get me. Custom image right there. Okay. Oh, I don't have a custom image this time. Okay, so I got to hit the dots like in the phone, and I want Fedora Mate Compiz 28. What else is in there? Astronomy. All of the versions. This is actually the way to do it. This is the easiest way. I just keep forgetting that you don't have to manually download the images. Glad I checked that image. That was a broken image, and I'm sure I'm almost certain it got broken because that hard drive doesn't work right. I mean, I can't be certain really, but yeah, I just want the mate, and then I see what I'll do is use the group install scripts that I've been making up to install. I will install Design Suite Group, Scientific maybe, Lab, I don't know, maybe. Where's the audio? There's one called Jam, Fedora Jam. I don't see it. It's on the website. I saw it, and but I like, as far as my desktop, I want Mate. So this is the one I'm going to get. I think it's just going to start down. No. Oh, create. Yeah. I think I have to do the restore. That one says it already contains a live system. That's going to be the one I'm booted to just like before. I wonder if I need to go and just delete all the files. Oh, it won't matter. It's going to, yeah, okay. See, the other one's got Debian on it. It's not running real great, is it? I don't know why. Huh. Maybe this thing doesn't run so wonderfully. It was fine and now it's not. I may not get anywhere with this. Let's minimize it and bring it back up and see if it'll start working. I don't know, unless, you know, plugging that USB into the keyboard thing is causing it some kind of trouble. But yeah, okay, the one that's well, I'm just going to close the media writer and open it back up in a minute and see if it'll work. The one that I'm running from is going to say something about live on it, I think. But see, they're both going to have that U3 system. They're both a 2 GB volume and all that. Well, this one is the only one. I think the others, the ones that are turned into the live system, they got different names, I think. Yeah. It's just going to say 2 GB volume, I think. Yeah, and this has got the Debian on it, and it's FAT32, which is fine. It's going to reformat it. Yeah, so it'll delete those files, I believe. Won't it? Yeah, it will delete them. Okay, so as long as it works, let's try it again, see if it's going to work. Oh, I clicked on Fedora release notes. I saw Fedora and clicked. But it's running kind of crappy. I don't know why. Maybe this machine's not in such great shape after all. I don't know. There we go. I won't make it full screen this time. I don't see why that would make any difference, but make Fedora Compiz 28. Well, I actually can't see it if I don't make it full screen. Create a live USB. And see what it'll do is it's going to download it. Or might. Let's see. Uh-oh. How do I know which one is which? How do I know which one is which? Shoot. I don't. I mean, they look identical in there. It's downloading it, but it's saving to my downloads folder. Guess what? I don't have that kind of room. So I'm up the creek here. I mean, I might be able to. No, I don't know which one is the one. I'm going to have to cancel it here in a minute because I don't only have 1.6 gigabyte on here. I know that. Well, it seemed like a good idea. I guess I can download it again and check it and see if it comes out alright. But still, with Fedora Media Writer, how am I going to know which one is the right USB stick? Well, I guess I could burn a... I don't think Media Writer will do a CD, DVD. It may not. Certainly didn't look like an option, did it? I think I might be able to, let's look in here. Yeah, Gparted is already on here. I might be able to label the one that I want, if I can tell in here. Label the one I want to use differently, at least temporarily. Okay, there's the hard drive, and it looks to be okay. Flags, okay. Yeah, run Media Live User. I did that at some point. Okay. Now, they're both the same size, same brand, same everything. Okay, Fedora Mate Live, yeah. That's the one I'm running off of. Okay, now, can I? FAT32, there we go. Okay, so I guess I can format it. Need to unmount it first. Information. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to format it. Unmount it. You don't want to format a drive that's mounted. And I'll give it a name, some other kind of name, and then the next time it gets formatted, it'll end up back. Doesn't really matter. At least I'm hoping. Let's see. Label the file system. Let's see. USB. I'm gonna make it so long. I don't want to say Fedora 28 in case it stays there. Let's just say USB 2. Actually, you might want to do an underscore. I'm not so sure you can do a dash. That's fine. That's good enough. If that'll show up for me. Now, I want to format to FAT32 again. I just want to, probably don't even have to do that, but you got to do, I'd just assume to be erased anyway for this. And it's kind of, every once in a while, it's good to reformat them. They might get a little corrupted. It'll clean them up, make sure that, and for one thing, I wasn't sure that this process was going to format it for me and erase all those extra files, and it might be filled up and not work, you know. So this way I know it's going to work. It's dev SDC. See, that's what's bad about these simple programs. All the other ones I could just know, I could tell by, I would see which one, I would open up this or something and I could just identify it by the way it's identified by Linux, dev SDC, instead of the name that's being given to it. Okay, I think it's done. Completed operations, everything works, successful. Okay, very good. So that's, you know, even though it's running through the keyboard cable and it's only USB 1.0 interface, it is working fine. God, I finally remembered that. Now, does it have the name on it? Where's the name? Where's the label? I don't see it anymore. It doesn't have it. Let's try it. Whoops. Let's see if I can do that. Now this time I'll hit do it. See if it'll work. I don't know. It says it worked. Maybe this SanDisk won't let you do that. Now it's there. USB 2. Okay. Alright. Let's try the media writer again. Tricky. Trick me. You trying to trick me? I'm going to close that so I don't accidentally click on that. Make compiz. Create a live USB. Still can't tell. That's what I was afraid of. Oh, and it still can't download it to the right place. I have to download it to the I have to download it the manual way. I could do all this on Mom's machine in my username and probably be safe, but I was trying to be really safe. Yeah, well, at least, oh yeah, there's a part there. I need to delete that. Okay. And I don't have anything but the instructions in there. So I'm gonna, I think if I remember right, the hard drive that kept acting up, it was fine until you restarted the system, then it would jack things up. So I'll try one more time. I'll go to the actual Fedora, download, do it like I did earlier. But how am I going to find if I'm going to have to use Fedora Media Writer, I still can't find the right USB stick. Well, let's go back and open gparted again. I don't believe there's any other way to identify something. This is really aggravating. Everything's aggravating today. How many times have I said aggravating today, or mad, or pissed off? If I could win money, I bet if I had $1 for every time I said either any of that. It's 19:59. Do you know what time it is? No, I don't. Okay, there it is again, and it's doesn't have the label anymore, does it? It doesn't have that label I gave it. FAT32. It's a FAT32. That's all I know. Okay, those labels aren't sticking. Fedora Mate Live. You'd think that's what would show up. See, when they write a label, it sticks. When I write a label, it don't stick. Oh, that's it. That's it. So what is... Oh, that's the hard drive. Look at the sizes. Yeah, okay. I usually don't fool with labels anymore because anytime you use a program, it puts its own label on there like that. When you write ISO to it and everything. So you can't just put a label on it and leave it on there. But the labels are not seen by that silly Fedora Media Writer. It just sees the factory brand name. That's the read-only. That's where it would be. This one or that one. I don't even know which one's which, do I? I could mount it and look at it, but I clicked on it. It may open up in a minute. I double-clicked on it. But you can't write to that. I was thinking, well, could I write it in there? Could I change what it says in there? That's where it's coming from, I'm sure. But you can't see that in gparted. It's a hidden... let's see, I have been able to get... I've deleted them before, but they come right back. They're just proliferant. Something like that. Proliferant. Anyway, you can't get rid of them. Fedora. Is that the right one? Oh, that's the same page. There it is. Get Fedora. It's so big I can't see it. Okay, and now I want to go to... Oh, that's it right there. I know that icon well. Alright, now let's download now. Uh-oh, is it already downloading without asking me where? Because I just remembered you guys set that in the browser. I need to go ahead and do that. Alright. That is what's aggravating about working in live systems if things don't go well and you have to reboot or anything. See, it's just not running good. So maybe this isn't a wonderful machine. Maybe the whole darn thing's not working right. It's trying to lock up. I don't know that it's going to do this for me. It's not typing now. Can't type on the page. And see, my pointer's not pointing like it should. Firefox is locking up. Oh, I thought it crashed. It's just finally switched from me switching it. It shouldn't be doing that. Worked really good the first time. It may be that funky hard drive causing the trouble. I don't know. Guess it could be anything. Motherboard, memory, processor. I've played with it before quite a few, enough times, I don't know, 10, 20 times, I don't know. But I don't think I've ever really tried to get any real work done with it. So, warning, unresponsive script. Oh, something on the page. Well, it must be this page. It didn't do that to me before, though. So I bet it's that page. So we'll try again. Oh, I didn't need to do that. Close the tab. Let's see. Let's try opening those settings again. I need to tell the downloads to go to that drive. It's the only place I have space. And hope that it works this time. It's still not working right. I guess I better close the browser. It does look really funky. Okay, well, what do you do when the machine is not working right? You reboot it. So I'll shut it down. Maybe the live boot didn't boot good. If this one's in here, I guess it was in here. You'd probably see both of them. And I could probably boot from the domain drive. I think I've done that before. It's not shutting down very fast, but this time I will switch. I'll just let it do its shutdown thing, whatever it's going to do. I don't know, maybe it's not working good because I have this drive over in this keyboard. I don't usually do that very often at all. Because it did run well before until I filled it up. That's what I thought was happening anyway. I don't want to unplug it because it's being read, the one in the keyboard. I'm almost curious as to, did I already reboot it with that in there? And it still saw the other one and booted straight to it, I think. Did I get my... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, failed to create a rescue disk. Well, thank you very much. I wonder if I can do a screenshot of that. Yeah. I remember trying 2 or 3 times. I don't know what system I was on. I think I tried it on different systems. I don't know that Avast will create its rescue disk right anymore. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't do it. Just because it's in a virtual machine and all, Okay, so it can't do it. This machine might be the one that could do that. I just remembered. I think it has Fedora. I don't know if it can make the new style, Oh, now it sees the USB 2. Yeah, see, when I switch, that's the thing. When you've got a USB in there like that, actually what I did was basically unplug it from that other machine, but it didn't hurt it. You can see it's empty drive, and it's named USB 2 now. I wonder if it would now show up like that to the other system. But what I need to do is unmount it normally, and then if I am going to do that, plug it back in when it's over there on the machine. But I got to remember to stay on that machine. What I'm thinking is as much trouble as I'm having, I think, let's see if I have Fedora Media Writer on here, I think. But, well, if I download my own image, let's see. It still probably would, I don't know, it's a whole different way, even if it's on here. Yeah, oops. I can't find it that way. I'm pretty sure I have the old version of Fedora Media Writer on here, though. There's so many that came up under Fedora, I was trying to narrow it down. Maybe it's just Media Writer back then. Might have been. But I don't know that it could deal with, I don't see it. Why don't you try looking for the F's? They're not in alphabetical order. Great. Well, I don't think it's there in that list. Oh, there it was. Fedora USB Creator. I don't think it would do it. Not sure what the... Yeah, that was it. Yeah, this is a different system here. You can, you know, existing live CDs, calls them CDs, but see the newest one, this one will do is Fedora 16 as far as automatically. But I believe it the newer versions, 23 and on up, or maybe even before that, they're completely laid out different. So I don't think it could do it. I think it would just not boot and run right. Pretty sure, because I think I tried it before. There's a disk in there. Oh yeah, that was that was me trying to make a Avast boot disk. That ain't happening. Okay. So yeah, I thought I'd get a screenshot of that. Maybe, of course, you'd have to go and look at that, but if I did decide to go look, I'd see that, right? Sometimes I use them. I use them on my videos more than anything. I'll do a bunch of screenshots and then go back and do a rundown. I'm going to shut this thing down. I don't think this other one is actually shut down yet. I think it's kind of hung up or something. My big old stick gets a hold of all those sticky notes down there and moves them everywhere, and then I can't see my... I can't seem to hit the right place. Okay. Oh yeah, it ain't shut down. Oh. It says Fedora Media Writer still running. Cancel or shut down anyway. Cancel. Let's see if it's will run okay. Maybe now that I've unmounted this, I'll plug it back in and see if it would change its name. If it would change its name, then I would know what I was trying to write to it. Like, oh, it did. So you got to reset the drive when you rename it like that. Of course, you knew that. So now I'll know what I'm doing. Okay, let's try Fedora Media Writer. Maybe that was a blessing in disguise. Where is it? Let's try it one more time. It didn't shut down. It just hung up waiting for that to shut down, and it never did shut down. Well, that's good because I'd have to reinstall it again. I forgot about that. Oh, I can't just use Fedora Media Writer. First I have to download the ISO. Right. I knew that. Okay. So close that. Well, it runs fine still. I didn't jack it up. And now that I can see which USB I'm trying to write to, I'm in much better shape. I'm really getting hungry again, so I ain't gonna want to. I feel like, oh, I'm almost there, you know. But I'm gonna have to just quit. I'll quit for the evening and eat, you know, and get ready for bed pretty soon. Still 51. No more new. That's good. I mean, no more new malwares, and I don't know how far along it is. Can't tell where it's at in the system there, in the USB drive. Get Fedora. Oh yeah, first I have to say preferences. Oh, let's hope this will work. Oh yeah, I was gonna try to reboot because of that. Instead of doing that search this time, I'll do probably. I didn't wait for this page to load up properly, I guess. There, because I remember it being slow before in other machines. Wait till it's ready to work with me, then maybe it won't jack things up. Still. Now it seems to be working, not great, but working. What do I want? Download. Still can't type in there. There we go. Downloads. I want to go to that hard drive again. That's all I've got that it'll fit on. I think the reason I'm trying it again is because I do think that it does work okay until you reboot again. Download now. And those MD5 or SHA sums are going to be the same, I believe, yeah, because it's the same file. Could download them again, I guess, but I'm pretty sure. Well, I think I will just to. I guess I didn't start the download yet. Where's that download thing? I don't even see it. Where is it? If I don't kind of set this at least somewhat to the way I'm used to using it, then I can't even tell what's going on. There it is. It just was. It was there, but I couldn't see it for some reason. Okay, so nothing has been downloaded yet. I thought I already clicked on the download link. Yeah, for 64. It's still not running right though, so I may be up the creek here. Maybe I should have rebooted like I thought. It's really sluggish. Verify your download. Got the instructions, and the commands. There we go. It's downloading. I think I need to do that, and it'll give me those checksums again, and I'll save that again. Yeah, I think it's going to be the exact same file. I'll just say overwrite. If it's a different file, then I might have to delete them both and do it again. But it's a very small file, so. Run media live user. No, we want it in other location. Downloads. Yeah, okay. Fedora 28. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna, replace it. That way, if it got messed up somehow, See, that one's already done. This one's still working. It shouldn't take too long as this thing doesn't act up on me anymore. I started to say I'll close the browser, but you can't do that. You break the download. Okay, I'll leave it right there until it's done. If I hold that up, I'll leave that up. Of course, it goes away when you do that. Can't you say show down? Yeah, show all downloads. Just do that. Then it'll stay up until it's done. It's not showing the other one. There it is. Okay. Now, probably going too much by the seat of my pants trying to continue with it. I'm not running so good there. I think a reboot would have been the thing to do. But I thought, well, since it didn't, you know, when I realized that, oh yeah, I'd have to reinstall that from more Fedora media router. Of course, it takes what, like a minute. Should have done that. Now here I am with a, you know, several minute download. 3 minutes, I guess is what it's saying. Now 4 minutes. It's probably going to be about 4 minutes. It looks like it's going faster than that, really. But anyway, got the download to do, and then trying to burn that again with it kind of acting sluggish. Good indications that I will have a bad outcome. But now I'm in the middle of it, so I guess I'll do it. And if it doesn't work this time, I think it would be very wise to quit for the day. I don't like quitting and have not accomplished a single thing that I set out to do. I hate that. There is one thing I've accomplished, and that's, I mean, it's not finished yet, but I can leave that Bitdefender scan going on my hard drive all night. Maybe tomorrow it will be finished. Maybe it won't take, you know, 3 days. Maybe it'll just take overnight, or a day and a half, or whatever. It seems to be moving along just fine. The way it was sounding, I was thinking, you know, with the fan running so hard, I thought it's going to lock up within 30 minutes, you know, but it didn't. Run all day. Now, I haven't checked my stream in a while, so let's go, while that's downloading, back to my main machine and check it. Now watch me lose my connection to that one. Yeah, we're still doing by the camera, so unable to mount the U3 system. Oh, well, that's okay. If I'd have been writing, it would have been a bad thing. Now what I need to do is go ahead and probably unplug that. I'm so used to doing that, switching, without thinking a thing about it. You know, I just do it. Oh, that didn't really need to be running all this time. Yeah, everything looks good though. So let's check the stream. Yeah, and I hate that, you know, I'm using this old blurry camera. I mean, I don't have one any better than that instead of remote desktop, but, well, you saw me trying to get it going. Saw what happened. So, I don't think that machine would really, I thought it should do fine, but it just didn't seem like it could handle, it was barely handling just the normal stuff right now. I think something went wrong when it booted up. The display looks really funky and weird, and I mean, it's not really displaying at 1024 by 768. It looks more like about 800 by 600. Maybe it's on that. I don't know, but let's see. Really funky and weird. Yeah, my stream is just fine. It's not really 2 hours and 45 minutes. I know it was pretty long. It looks more like about 800. Okay, well, we'll let that download. And I didn't show that, but that's okay. We'll leave it. Yeah, we'll leave it just like it is, so I don't accidentally screw things up. Go back to the. Yeah, see, my machine is running just as good as it ever did. It's not running like a machine that's been infected. Of course, not having really ever. I've never had a Linux infection in Linux, so. But I do think it would do the same type of things. I think that's finished. um, yeah. Let's go to the. I won't close the browser yet until I'm sure that it's finished. I think it is. It looked like it. I'm getting so tired. I'm kind of like looking at things and not seeing, you know. I don't know. I may have to close the browser. Well, I think it's. Let's see. Live user, 250 gigabyte downloads. What I wanted to do was. Oh yeah, I need the browser for this. This right here. The instructions and the commands. I need those. I can either open it from there or from the page, but it's, since I already have this, it's easier to find it like that, usually. Oh, and I'll put this in. Well, I'll wait and put this in there when I'm sure I'm ready to do my burning. Maybe I should put it in now. Yeah, because I'll forget again. Okay. And back to the. I guess I should have. There it is. Verify your. Started come up. See, it's moving too slow. It's not responding good. I got a feeling I really messed up. I'm not going ahead and oh, that U3 got, it'll fix itself later. It doesn't want to mount, right? As long as the main part of it mounts, it's fine. That's the part that you can't erase, even when you want to. Okay, I'm going to close this. Maybe it'll help it run better. But see, I'll be back in the rebooting the system. Probably will jack up my files again. I'll bet. So I should have rebooted and had it running good before I went ahead and continued that download. It may be that trying to use that drive is what's locking it up and jacking it up. I could do it all with. There's enough space, I think, on that other SD card, but it's being used. It's what that thing's running on. Yeah, I don't think we're going anywhere at all. All I can do now, I guess, is reboot and see if yeah, it's about to be completely locked up. Let's see if I can close Firefox before it's too late to shut it down normally. Yep, it's getting ready to lock up again. Doesn't matter. Oh, this is a live system. If I can make it shut down, I'll make it shut down. Yeah, probably me keeping on trying to use that hard drive that's on there is why it's jacking up, I think. Because I have run it for good long periods of time. Had it run just fine, this machine. It started out so good. It's not making any weird noise. Well, if it's an electronic problem, then, you know, it wouldn't be making noises. Okay, so to that point where I need a break so bad again now. Force it to quit Mozilla Firefox. That I really can't continue anyway. I'm hardly able to sit here any longer. So unable to mount USB 2. Well, that's all right. Now it's locked up. I can't even answer that. I can try hitting the enter on the keyboard, but yeah, if it would shut down normally, then maybe that hard drive wouldn't corrupt that download. I mean, I'm guessing. Maybe it's not, it wouldn't work, period. Maybe it's just too messed up. But it's locked up. Well, I'm thinking that if I have to quit, to go take a break and everything. I mean, I could just go do that, but I don't like doing that. Just, you know, silence on the screen, nothing going on a video, on a long video in the first place. So I'd rather quit. And I mean, actually, I'm so tired, I don't actually want to come back if I quit. You know, if you haven't quit yet, you want to keep going. But once you quit, you're like, okay, I don't want to start again. So, trying to see something that has a clock on it. There we go. Yeah, it's 7:30. I really shouldn't keep going, or else I will, you know, I'll be staying up too late and getting up too late, and all my work will be done in the heat of the afternoon. Of course, I worked all day today from the morning through the heat of the afternoon. Okay, now that phone, oh, it unlocked up. Okay, shut down. It was that thing, shut from Fedora Media Router, shut down anyway. So it actually was running. It never did close properly. Yeah, it's not responding. So I would have never been able to use Fedora Media Router again anyway. Dummy. Should have thought of that. Okay, so yeah, if I get to shut down, maybe tomorrow the file will not be corrupt, you know, and I can use it. If not, then I will have to, I guess it would be safe enough to you know, use mom's machine like I had originally planned in the first place, and use my username, because well, the thing is, now that I saw that, you know, she had that bad add-on and it was opening up, it didn't open up that fake Firefox update, but it did open up, you know, other stuff. And when I saw that it opened up, let me switch over to my main machine. When I saw it opening up that Amazon page, that's when it hit me. I did it again because I forgot to take that out. I was going to take it out once it was shut down. Now it's, see, my mouse is not responding. Probably because of that. Let's see if I can hit, yeah, okay, on the keyboard. The mouse is going to respond. I may have jacked up my machine. She couldn't even be jacking up my video, I don't know. But it's not good for, I just don't have the memory. I never have to. That's why I've never used these USBs on the keyboard, because, you know, with this KVM switch, being able to switch like that, and I always do it. That's how I work. I forget when I have something in there. I used to plug my printer in there and try, and then I get a print job going, and then flip over to another machine and break the print job. You know. Yeah, it looks like it's being read. Ah, man. Okay, let me try. I don't know if I should take it. I'm just going to take it out, because I think it's just causing more trouble leaving it in there. Okay, so I'll flip over to, okay, my server's still running. See if I can get the mouse to respond, and then flip back. There we go. Now if I come back to my machine, I think it should be all right. But that USB stick, it should still be fine, because like I said, that U3 system is like resilient. It's a read-only, it's not writable, and you can't kill it, you know. I've tried to kill them. I deleted them, and it showed to be deleted, and then the next time I plugged the thing back into something, it was there again. So it's not, it says domain 9 on it, but it's not domain 9 anymore. Let's see if I can erase that before I forget. Oh, I'm on the cam stream. What I was going to do is switch to me. Okay. See if this regular eraser will erase that. I know I have an eraser that will erase that. I'm using a marker, you know, on there. I can't remember if it was the pen eraser. I have a pen eraser and I have a regular, just, you know, like a pencil eraser. This kind. And that's the USB stick. It's erasing it slowly. I think that's how I've been doing it. I should put that lid on it so that it's not getting any dirt in the area where the connections are. It's not coming off real quick, that's for sure. But that red one, I guess it's just my regular red Sharpie. Staying on pretty good. The blue one, whatever I used to do the blue with, it blurred out to where I couldn't read it anymore real quickly, just from your fingers touching it, you know. Yeah, I think that works better. I think that ink eraser doesn't work good on this. It's some sort of white plastic. It's actually a little thin piece of plastic that's glued onto the side of these things. And I know you can't see it, but I take too much trouble reading the camera right now. One of them, it came off of the cap on one side. I think it's just taking it off through friction. It smears it, and it gets kind of warm, and finally comes off. I don't know, I guess some sort of, I don't know if a solvent, like glasses cleaner might take it off, but I don't want to get that thing again, you know, risk getting some liquid inside of my USB and shorten it out. You know, get it wet in there and stay wet, and then plug it in and short it out. I don't want that, so glad I put the lid on though, because that's just really going eraser junk everywhere now. This may not be the one I normally use, because I don't remember it being that hard to get it off. Let's see if it's that other one. Maybe it is this. That thing was my grandmother's. That thing is older than I am, I bet you. And I'm gonna be 62 in September. Well, she could have bought it in the 70s or 80s. She lived up into about the mid 80s. She was 80 some odd years old. That doesn't seem to phase it. Never can remember. I don't use it much at all, because I write with erasable pen, so I can erase it with the eraser that comes with erasable pens. Because I make too many mistakes to use a regular pen. I used to use it years ago, but I love seeing that thing. My grandmother was a teacher, one of the smartest ladies I've ever known. She was my internet. I'd ask her anything I wanted to know. She'd know something about it. And she really impressed me one time. I was all into I've always been really into music ever since I was a little kid, but I was grown I was probably 18, 19, 20. She was reading a book. I don't remember how we got on the conversation, but you probably heard of James Taylor if you're from the United States, and this is during the time when he was really popular, you know, in the 70s. I'm going to get all that off of there. Yeah, I've Seen Fire and I've Seen Rain song. Seen Lonely Days that I thought would never end, but I always thought I'd see you once again. She was reading a story about the origins of that song and why he wrote it and everything, and now I can't even remember it. But anyway, how she impressed me was, she started talking about him. She says, I think she said, I've been reading this thing about this really interesting singer, James Taylor. Like, well, James Taylor, you know. And, of course, I knew the song almost all by heart back then, and I really liked it. And I liked all kinds. I've always liked all different styles, from folk to, you know, Skynyrd and Zeppelin and ZZ Top. And so anyway, and I love lyrics, and I mean, I've written some songs and recorded them. I can sing, I don't sing so well anymore. My voice is not so good, but especially with my allergies. Anyway, she told me that whole story. She told me more things about him than I had ever known. And over the years, it kind of rang true. You know, it was a good factual story. I don't remember what she was reading it in. But anything, I mean, I can't think of a lot of examples right now, but if I wanted to know about something, I would just ask Mamaw. That's what Mamaw and Papaw, that was my dad's parents. And we were trained as from little babies to call them Mamaw and Papaw. And then Grandma and Grandpa was on my mom's side. And I've got a eraser under my fingernails. I'm trying to get it out. Anyway, she was my encyclopedia. She taught fourth grade most of my life when she grew up, let's see. She was born in 1900. 1920, she had her degree and started teaching school. She went to college, you know, and she finished by the time she was 20. She didn't go when she was 20, she finished. And she went to Baylor Women's College in Texas, which is now just like Baylor whatever, but it was called Baylor. I think it might have been called something else back then. She took us one time on a trip to see it. It's a cool looking old building. It was just for women back then. And she didn't like it. This was in the 70s. She didn't like because now it's co-ed now. I don't like that, you know, because that shit's not right. And they shouldn't be living together like that. And and we had kind of a conversation about that. And I kind of saw her point, you know. She says, well, you can't learn in that kind of environment, you know. You got too many distractions. That was one of her biggest things about it, she had to say. She wouldn't talk about the rest of it, you know, like the things we knew about by the 70s. Anyway, well, in the 60s, of course, I was too little in the 60s to know about anything between men and women and boys and girls, you know. But anyway, she loved to read and learn. She didn't just, you know, learn stuff to teach little kids. She was a lifelong learner. And actually, and I don't know where I came up with that phrase. I might have heard it somewhere, but I consider myself to be a lifelong learner. I love to learn. And I wasn't good in school, but I was good at watching something and doing it. And I was good with my hands. And then once my health started getting worse and worse over the years, then, in 1998 is when I really started. I couldn't really do much else, so we got a computer and I started learning that stuff. And then once I got on AOL, that's when I got into all this stuff and started learning, because you got the whole world of library right there, you know, on this machine here. And so, you know, it's been a lot of interesting stuff, a lot of fun, and a lot of aggravation all these years. I'm still doing it. But, and I do miss, sometimes when I'm feeling well enough, I'll do some projects outside. And I used to be a cabinet maker, I was a maintenance mechanic, I was a tool maker in General Dynamics when the F-16s were the big deal. And I've done some different things. But now I've spent 20 years, I guess I've done this longer than anything else now, the computer stuff. But anyway, I must be tired because I'm just rambling and telling stories for no reason now. All right, so I'm done with this mess for today. I don't know what that silly Acer laptop's doing. I don't know if it's that hard drive causing it to start acting crazy, or if it's because I was plugging in that USB into the keyboard and it just couldn't deal with that well. I don't know why that would hurt the operating system, you know. I mean, I could see that being reading slow, because it's going down a fairly long cable through the KVM switch, through another cable over to the laptop. You know, that's getting the signal through there. But I don't know. Sometimes when you do things that are a little, you know, well, when you put multiple devices together, you might come up with, and I got some, you know, I've got that going on. I've got weird hard drive that I know is in serious trouble in there that I was trying to write to, and I didn't remember that hard drive was in that machine. I think I had it out and was using it in my USB adapter for a long time, and that's when I formatted it to FAT32 and tried to just use it as a portable drive, and it would just work and not work, work and not work. I guess that was that drive. I remembered a drive like that, but I thought it was a regular hard drive, not a laptop hard drive. Evidently, it was that drive because it's formatted FAT32 and it's acting crazy. So I probably won't be able to, even if I was saying, well, maybe if I don't reboot it. Now, I don't know. I'll see tomorrow. If that file's okay tomorrow and it checks out, at least that's one file you can know whether or not it's good because it has the checksums and I can run the checksum on it. If it's bad by tomorrow, then I'll quit trying that way and I will do something else. I guess I have to figure out some way to get my Fedora 28 downloaded and get it onto. Well, okay, there is another way that I could do it. I hadn't thought about that. My server, there's nothing wrong with it. It's Fedora 23. It has, if it doesn't have Fedora Media Writer on it, I can install it, and it'll be new enough to do that. It should work. It might not download 28 automatically, but I can download it manually, and as long as it has the writing technology in it to write the new way that they do it, I don't think it's changed. If it's changed since 23 to 28, then it wouldn't work, but I think maybe it hasn't. I know it changed. Well, like I showed you the old version in Fedora 14, that's completely different, and that won't work. With I tried it. It didn't work with one of the newer ones like 21, 22, 23, or whatever. So, yeah, it could do it. And it's not affected or anything because I don't want to use Mom's or my machine because I want everything I want to build a new system from to be clean. Luckily, I hadn't put all those add-ons onto that browser. Mostly the reason I didn't put a bunch of add-ons on it because the more add-ons you've got, even if you got 5, it'll noticeably slow your browser down. They're wonderful, but they also make your machine work harder. So, and that machine just couldn't handle it, so I never did do that, and I never did sync it. That's the other thing. I keep my notes because I'm going to have to try to see if I can delete that syncing or I will end up. I had a scare there. What was it? On one of the machines. Oh, on my Fedora 14. I thought, oh no, is it syncing? No. Actually, I don't think it will take those newer add-ons anyways. But, yeah, I don't want. Well, what do I know, though? I mean, if that malware is in. That's the thing. If there is some malware left behind in my sync files, it's not, it depends on how smart it is, how it might be able to get into any machine that connects to that sync setup there, I really should go try to delete all that. I was thinking I would leave it because I didn't think I could do anything else and just hope that it was okay, but now I got to thinking they may be able to go in there and delete all that. So I really ought to do that before I go any further. You only have like 5, 6, 7 add-ons. I can just do them manually. Just delete all the data out of the sync. I quit syncing bookmarks years ago when I lost all my bookmarks one time because of a bug in that syncing system. Really, and that's what got me into backing up bookmarks to HTML files. I lost like 3 months worth of bookmarks, and that's a lot for me. That was a lot of research. That's how I find my research again, is through my bookmarks. So I'm going to go and get ready for bed. All right. Bye-bye.